Hi, everybody. Happy 2020. This is the Queen City Yarn Dying to Knit podcast. This is episode 22, and I am Kristen. And this is a podcast about knitting and crochet and spinning and yarn dyeing. Pretty much just my adventures in making things. So thanks so much for coming and checking me out today. If you're new, thanks for checking me out. If you're coming back again, thanks so much for coming to join me again. I hope that you had a really, really nice holiday season. I certainly did. I got to spend some time with family and I got some crafting done. Today I have some finished objects and I have some works in progress and I have new colorway to show you. And yeah, if you want to find me online, you can find me on Instagram as Kristen C. You can find me also posting Queen City Yarn, which is the hand-dyed yarn business that I run with my friend Janice. And on Ravelry, I'm just Kristen, and my designs are Kristen Clement Designs. And you can find all of the Queen City Yarn at queencityyarn.com. And then we also have like an outlet shop, which is our Etsy shop, Queen City Yarn on Etsy. So I'll post links to all the places and all the things down there, or have it show up on the screen so that you can find things if you need to. So yeah, I'm really excited to come and chat with you today. Today is Friday, the 10th of January, and I'm coming to you just south of Charlotte in South Carolina. And yeah, I have lots of things to share today. So the first thing I want to show is this new sweater I'm wearing. This is actually not a sweater that I knit. This is a sweater that I received from my mom as a Christmas gift this year. And, I didn't write down the name of it. It's a Brooklyn tweed pattern. And she knit it in Woolmize Blend, and it is so comfortable. I have been wearing the heck out of it, and it was such a surprise. I had absolutely no idea that she was knitting this sweater for me. And so when I opened it up, on Christmas Day, I was blown away, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's got so much detail. There's a bunch of twisted rib and this beautiful moss stitch, and green is my favorite color, so it just checks all the boxes. And even more so, whenever I wear it, I feel like I'm getting a great big hug from my mom. So it just feels really, really good. So that's what I'm wearing today. I do have a finished sweater to chat about. If you watched last episode, I talked about the $26 Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick sweater that I was going to knit, the Winston pullover. And I did. I knit it. I'm pretty sure it only took me about 12 hours to knit. It was so, so fast. I knit it and I really liked it, but it didn't have quite the amount of ease that I was hoping for. I just cast on the needles that it called for with the yarn that it called for. I did not do a gauge swatch for that sweater, but it looks super cute on my mom. And so I actually gave that to her because I finished it, I think Christmas Eve maybe, or the day before, the 22nd maybe, 23rd. I don't know. I finished it right before Christmas, and as much as I liked it, like I said, it didn't have quite the amount of ease that I was hoping for, and so I gave it to her. And then I ordered myself another sweater quantity of super inexpensive yarn, and as soon as that gets here, I'm going to take a couple days and knit myself another one, and the next size up, just for a little bit more ease and more of that kind of sweatshirt style that I was hoping for. But, and I ordered a different color. So the one that I made for my mom was abalone or something like that. And it was a darker gray with pops of color. It was really beautiful knit up. And so this time I ordered, I think it's called marble or something like that. So it's a lighter gray, variegated. So yeah, hopefully I've put had put that on the screen so you could see what it looked like. It looks really good on my mom. So anyway, I finished that sweater, and I did, let's see, I have a couple other finished things I'll show. So I also finished my Kirby Werby Christmas Advent socks based on the Christmas Vacation movie. And I really enjoyed these. I didn't finish these until after Christmas. Oh, I finished my Cozy Knitter ones too. I don't have those. I'll put a picture in. Yay! Cozy Knitter Advent socks are done. I actually did finish those on Christmas Day. I finished the heels on Christmas Day. So those were done in time to wear on Christmas. These I didn't finish until right after New Year's. But I really, really love how they turned out. I did not use any kind of coordinating yarn for heels, toes, or cuffs. I just did all the crazy stripes. So this was a 24 stripe skein of yarn. And yeah, I love how they turned out. And they are fun and crazy. And I really enjoyed doing the Advent sock knitting this year. And striped yarn, that was fun. I'll definitely do that again. Assuming I have all my ducks in a row and get the holiday gifts done again early, which I definitely plan on doing. Another pair of socks that I finished are my Rock and String Creation Reindeer Game socks. I really love how these turned out. I think the stripes on these are really fun because they are, like speckled, variegated, in the tonally variegated in the stripes. And that was just really fun to knit. And the yarn was an 80-20 blend, so it was a little more plump. So it made a really nice fabric. And then I used some Queen City Yarn Noda in our Jam Session colorway for the red for the heels, toes, and cuffs. So, yay, I finished 3 pairs of socks since the last time I podcasted. So, yay that. What else did I finish? Oh, the other Advent knitting Advent making that I chatted about is in this Suburban Stitcher Granny Square bag. And I did Granny Squares. So this one I just recently finished. But yeah, so I have this one. These are the Scrappy Granny Squares by, the pattern is by Natalie, who is Love and Stitches Nitty Natty. And these were the rest of the little minis in my Advent calendar from my friend Alexis. And this was the last one there. And then I did this one out of a colorway that I've designed for a shop. So more to come on that, but it's really pretty. It's grays and it's got speckles in it. So anyway, I really have been enjoying that. I haven't made any, I've only made the one in the new year so far, but I definitely plan on continuing to make some of those. And here soon, and I'll take pictures when I do it because it's going to be pretty epic when I do. I'm going to lay out all my granny squares and my barn raising quilt squares and kind of see how those things go together, for the blanket mashup, and try and figure out how I'm going to actually put that together. I'm going to definitely use a yarn, like one single color of yarn, to join all the squares together. I think that will bring some sort of I don't know what, like, bring it all together, obviously because it has to seam together, but not make it look so, it's going to look piecemeal, but whatever. There's a plan. But I'm really excited to lay all those squares out and see what it looks like and how it's going to be, how it's going to all come together. So when I do that, I'll take pictures and I will share it here on the podcast and probably on Instagram and all that stuff too. I haven't made any ornaments so far this year, but I do plan on continuing to do an ornament a month. I really enjoyed that in 2019, and I really, really was excited about my pencil tree with all the handmade ornaments on it, and so I'm definitely planning on continuing that again this year. So I think that's all the finished objects. One little note for my designs, Kristen Clement designs. I showed this last time and I wore it as much as I could over the holidays. My daughter fell in love with it, and so I don't think this hat is going to continue to be mine. I think Caitlin is taking the hat. But it looks really good on her, and it looks super cute with the new coat that she got. So I'm still working on a name for this hat, but the pattern is written, and I'll be calling for testers soon. So if you're interested, keep an eye on Instagram. That's where I'll post that pattern, that testing call. And it's a DK weight hat with cables and cables and some broken rib. But I absolutely love it. I'm very excited about this hat. So this will be releasing soon-ish after testing's done, making sure it's correct. All right, so let's talk about the things that are on the needles now. I'll start with the things that you've, wait. One other thing I have to show. Now, you may remember from, I don't know, it wasn't my previous podcast because that one it was wrapped already, but I knit my mom the reverse shot poncho that was designed by my friend Shayna. And I gifted it to her for Christmas, and she absolutely loved it. So in the meantime, Shayna actually sent us hers to take with us to shows and stuff like that. So I just wanted to show it off. This pattern was actually released on Wednesday, the 8th. And it is a garter stitch poncho that has so many different styling options. It uses 3 colors of Queen City Yarn Biddleville DK. 2 of each of the main colors that are used in the main stripes of the body of the poncho, and then 1 coordinating skein to bring them together. And the knitting on this poncho is very simple. It's very easy. It's kind of a mindless knit because of the garter stitch, but the results are fantastic, and it can be worn in so many different ways. And I really love it. I'm really, really excited about this design that Shayna did, and we put some kits together on our shop at queencityyarn.com, and so they're pre-order kits so we can dye them to order. And so yeah, go check them out. There's lots of beautiful kit options, and if you have a favorite color that we don't have a kit for, let us know. We'd love to chat colors and put something special together for you. So there's that. Okay, so now I'm going to start with talking to you about the things that you already knew about, which I have 2 things on the needles that I have shown you previously. The first is a sock, and this is one of the Christmassy socks that I cast on. It's a Regia design line by Arne Carlos, color 03657. I think on Ravelry when I entered this project in, it said it was Summer Nights or something like that. But it doesn't look very summery to me. It looks pretty wintry to me. But this is a DK weight top-down sock. I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel. This is just the first one. I just didn't work on it that much in December because I was working on my other ones. But I'm really excited to get these done. I was just wearing the 1 pair of DK weight socks that I have knit for myself before the other day and thinking, oh, I can't wait to get these socks done. So then I finished the heel. So now I just do working on the foot. I'm using a 9-inch circular for this sock, and so I actually put in markers on either side of the heel so it'd be easy to do the toe down at the end. But I did cast on with a 32-inch circular just to make the ribbing easy. And then I went and got double-pointed needles to do the heel so I could leave the other half on the 9-inch. So anyway, these are in this bag, which I don't know who the maker is, but it's super cute. And it's great. It holds the skein of Regia like really nicely, so I can just knit right out of the center. So yeah, those socks are on the needles. The other thing that you saw, I have to shift. My feet are falling. I'm sitting on my feet and my feet are falling asleep. Oh, okay. Let's bring you forward a little. Okay, hey. Okay, so the other thing that I have on the needles that you've seen before is my Tide chart by Amy Miller. And unfortunately, I don't know if I've even worked on this much since we chatted last. I don't remember where I was. But I did finished everything but the ribbing of the first sleeve. And I'm working on the second sleeve. But if you remember, I was concerned I was going to run out of yarn. And I absolutely am going to run out of yarn. Like, this is all I have left. And so I haven't been working on it because I need to dye another skein. And I want to alternate and work it in. as I work on the sleeve. So this is in our Queen City Yarn Biddleville DK in the October colorway. So that's on the dye plan for next week. So I'm going to get that dyed up and then start working in, that skein out of the other dye lot. So it won't show that much because hand-dyed yarn, you can tell, sometimes. So I'm going to work it in, ease it in. Okay, so I have 2 other projects to talk to you about today. This project is riding around in my Kitchen Counter Crafter bag by Java Jenny. This is a really fun holiday bag, and it's got the snap opening. And this was my Christmas cast on. I cast these on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but this is in Post Yarn, which is by Simply Socks Yarn Company, and the colorway is called Jollyville, Texas. I've had this in my stash for a while. It's a 75% superwash Corriedale wool and then 25% nylon. It's got a really nice hand to it. It's a self-striping, and I just cast on Christmas, and I've been working on it here and there. Not too much, obviously. This is the first sock, but it's going to be, it's a top-down sock, and I did 1 repeat of the striping in the cuff, and now I'm just working on the leg. I haven't decided how long I'm going to make these. I might make them a little bit shorter because I like to wear booties during the holidays, to be fancy. And socks with a little bit of a shorter cuff work well with the booties. So, yeah. I'm really enjoying them. Just top down on a 32-inch, 2.25 millimeter ChalGu needle. And that's that. Okay. The other project I have is like all new. So my mom spoiled me and got me the Fringe like tote bag in plum, which I totally love. And my husband and kids got me, and I guess an elf told them. I told hubby. I sent him a link and was like, I really would love some of this yarn for Christmas. I'm trying to find the tag so I can show you the label. It is Harrisville Designs Nightshades yarn, and I really thought that I do. They were just hiding down in the bottom. Okay, so this is a yarn that I've been looking at for a while. It's Nightshades by Harrisville Designs. It's an American Cormo yarn, and the colorway that I'm using is called VCR. And I don't know that it will show. Let's see if I can get the light to hit it right. But it's black yarn. It's like two plies of black yarn, I think. And then, well, no, it's not even just a ply. It's actually drafted, spun into the yarn, but it's a green. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So my awesome husband and kids got me. Oh, you can kind of see it over here on this side with the light shining on it. That green, isn't it pretty? It's like highlights in the yarn. I love it. And the yarn is so squishy and just so nice to work with. So my husband and kids for Christmas this year got me a sweater quantity of this. And my dad made my mom a new Swift, and we were like, oh, well, let's try it out. So I wound it all up. And I started working on a sweater that my friend Lori, that's not the pattern, that my friend Lori just made by, it's another Amy Miller pattern, because the tide chart that I'm working on is Amy Miller, but this one is called Sophie, and it is a V-neck sweater. It's bottom up, actually, but I love a V-neck, so I was willing to knit bottom up. Usually I like top down, but anyway, I wound up this yarn. I think we wound it up on Christmas. Like right after she got her Swift, we were like, ooh, let's go wind some yarn. And she wound some yarn and I wound some yarn. And the Swift is absolutely gorgeous. I did hint that I would really like a Swift like that. It's it like stands up and spins like a Ferris wheel. So the yarn like didn't get tangled at all. And then we have the how do you even say it? Stroke or something like that. Ball winder, Mom and I both do. And sometimes the yarn will like slip up or down the pole. But this really helped with that. I don't know why, but my dad, the new Swift she got. So I cast on. I did a tubular cast on, and I did the ribbing, and I'm just started on the body, and I've got like 8 inches to go before I do anything else, I think. I should probably read the pattern before I continue on. But I also got for Christmas this from Twill & Print stitch marker. I don't know why my computer like makes it go dark and then I can't see what's happening. It's a beginning of round stitch marker and it's sparkly. And I got that for Christmas too. And it makes me happy. So those are the projects that I have on the needles. And I have one other thing on the needles that I've been working on a lot in the past week, but I can't show it. It's a surprise. I'm test knitting for a friend. Something really, really awesome. And I'll get to share it with you in February. So stay tuned because it's awesome. Okay. Anyway, all right, I'm trying to think. Again, so just like last time, I did not do show notes. I have one little page of notes for something that I have to talk about, but other than that, I'm trying to think, like, did I talk about everything I wanted to talk about or show you everything? I think so. I mean, I showed you everything that was over here, except for this. So, one thing that Janice and I have been talking about, so this is Queen City Yarn Chat, so if you're not interested, that's cool, and I'll see you next time. If you are, then stick around because there's a couple things to talk about. The first is a new color of our Berry Hill yarn. This is Rose Gold on Berry Hill, and this is a colorway that I've been wanting to dye on Berry Hill for quite a while, since the fall, and a customer contacted us and asked if she could get get Rose Gold on Berry Hill, and I was like, well, funny you should ask, because actually that's on the plan. It just hasn't been done yet. And so I finally dyed it up, and I just absolutely love how it turned out. It's beautiful, and it's going to be such a good color to use for color work, and yay. So look for this in the shop pretty soon. It's not in there yet. So that's coming soon. There's a couple of other new colorways, but I'm not going to show them to you yet. You'll have to stay tuned next time or sign up for the newsletter. That's a good way to keep up to date on all the Queen City Yarn happenings. So, but yeah, there's a couple other new colorways coming. And then the next thing I had to talk to you about is something I'm really excited about. So, I'm starting a yarn club, and it's going to be called the Queen City Yarn Studio Series, and it's going to be once a month, and you can sign up for 1 month at a time, or 3 months, or 6 months, or 12 months. And if you sign up for 3, 6, or 12 months, then you get a discount. So yeah, it's going to open up the 15th of the month. It's going to be the January one. I've already dyed the colorway, and I'm really excited about it. So this studio series is going to be a way to play with dye techniques, to play with some new bases sometimes, to just have fun in the dye studio for me, and to create new beautiful things for all of you. And I'm just so excited about it. So what we're going to do is dye it up. The club will open for signups the 15th of the month. And like I said, you can sign up for more than 1 month at a time if you'd like to. And if not, you could do every month or whatever, as your pocketbook allows or whatnot. But if you sign up for more than 1 month, then you'll get a discount. And it's going to be so much fun. The colorways that I'm going to be creating are going to be exclusive to the club for a minimum of 9 months. They may be colorways that you only get if you subscribe to the club. We have the option to bring them as Queen City colorways after 9 months, but they will be exclusive to the club for at least 9 months. And I'm going to be making some pattern suggestions with each shipment. So Sometimes I may have a design actually that uses the base and the colorway, and if so, then I will be gifting that to you. And otherwise, I will be making suggestions for patterns that I think that the colorway or the yarn base with that colorway will work really well for. So that's something new for 2020 that has me just feeling like ready to conquer the year. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to get in the studio and play and make some beautiful things. So that's going to be happening. So to find out about that and how to sign up for the studio series, follow us on Instagram at Queen City Yarn and sign up for our newsletter. You can sign up for our newsletter on our website. And we'll be announcing when those club signups go live. It'll only be live for about 5 days to sign up. That's all the time you'll have, because then I'll need to get into the studio and dye them. And yeah, so from the 15th through the 20th, the club will be open for signups. And then the yarn will ship by the end of the month. And yeah, I'm super excited. Can you tell? A little bit excited. Okay, so I think that's it. This was a shorter episode. Sorry if it felt a bit rushed. I really wanted to get it done today because I felt like if I didn't get it done today, then it was going to get pushed for a week or more, and I just really wanted to get in and chat with you. Next time, maybe I'll have a finished sweater or two if I get that October sweater done, which I'm dying to get done. I want to wear it so bad. I ran out of yarn. So that's getting dyed like Monday. So I can get it done. And yeah. So until next time, happy knitting. I hope that you have fun with whatever creative thing you're doing. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.